What up, everybody? We're back. Late Night Live. This is episode 31. We got Jack's Media Grounds. Chris, what's up, my brother?
Hello. Back here for another week of video games and whatever else.
Exactly. Dathan, 8-bit gaming legend, the professor.
Good evening, class. Hope everyone had a good week, ready for a good weekend.
Yeah. And we got Travis. How are you, sir?
Yeah. I am good now. Thank you.
In the chat, we got Saiyan Spirits. Guys, I pre-ordered both the Wolverine and the head pool buckets earlier. No more lonely nights for this guy. We're going to get to that. Yeah, looks like you can pre-order at least one of them right now. So that's good to go. Good to know. Maybe we'll share the link. Did you guys play any video games last week? Chris, do you want to start? Did you?
I am starting back into Star Wars, The Old Republic, the first one, on Switch. I also was playing Goat Simulator 3, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, a little bit further in that one. I still hate the bosses in it, the delayed attacks that they've added, so they don't continue on with their attack patterns like I'm used to, and so I get killed a lot. And then I, of course, am getting ready to watch the Twilight movies for the first time ever. So we'll see how sane I am after next week.
You like popsicles?
Are you going to stream yourself watching them, all of them?
Well, I was going to, but for whatever reason, the only thing that shows up is the sound, like subtitles. So video doesn't show up when I'm doing it. So I don't know how entertaining it would be to watch me watch a black screen and hear people talking. So
I mean, unless you're gonna critique it as you're watching it, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know if I was gonna do that or if I'm just gonna sit there and maybe I'll just record myself slowly losing my mind as I watch this version of vampires.
No,
so
God,
we'll see.
Please, no.
And then I'm gonna go see M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's new movie on Sunday, Trap. Because I got to know what the twist is.
You're a movie guy.
All
you guys are movie guys. Dathan, did you dabble in any games last week?
I did. I am about 19 hours or so into Sea of Stars. I think I'm almost done with it. And then I dabbled in NWC challenge stuff. I didn't go too hard on that one just because I need to unpackage my NES controllers because that's the only way I think I'm going to get good playing at that. But because I'm still rocking just like the Joy-Cons for now. But that's pretty much it. My plan next week is to download some of those new uniforms that are on College Football 25. There's a guy that is downloading or he's making all of the team creator uniforms that are going to be this year before they come out, and he's doing old ones. He's putting like the 90s logos on the field, and they look fantastic. He's doing a really good job with it. So I kind of want to figure out how to implement all that stuff into my game.
That's awesome.
That's pretty much it. But on a side note, good news. Eric came over yesterday. We hung out for a bit, and his plan is to come back next week to be back on the show because he gets to go home for good. And I also get to his NWC box, so we should all be shaking because he is the NES Pro. So he should. He's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
So Eric, if you're watching, just want to
Saiyan Spirits pre-order Shadow of the Dam Collector's Edition from Limited Run Games. If you guys have never played that game, you're missing out. It's amazing. Yeah, I saw they actually limited that to like 1,000 pieces, and it comes with like a big gun. So cool. You'll have to let us know if you like it. I need to cut back on those things. So
I played that one back on the 360. It was a good game.
Travis, did you game it at all last week, sir?
I did. Started back up on the Hogwarts Legacy game, and took a while to figure the combat out again. It's that thing where if you put a game down for a couple weeks, I swear it takes just 30 minutes to get back into it, especially if you're towards the end. But I'm towards the end, and so once that I finish that, then I'm probably going to do the Horizon Zero Dawn game, since that was the Forbidden West was on sale, so I picked that up. But I haven't beat the first one, so it's a question of whether I jump into the second, it just for the upgraded experience, or whether I jump back and beat the first one and then go on to the second. So we'll see.
Cool.
Super tempted to jump back into Doom Eternal, though. That was actually what got me to fire the laptop up, and then instead I just went back to Hogwarts Legacy, though. So.
Chris, you got your man card back, apparently.
I appreciate that.
He loses it from time to time.
Yeah, it happens. Comments get made, people just... Yeah.
I'm your huckleberry.
All right. So tonight, I think we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I want to go over the popcorn bucket scalping business that's booming right now. I want to talk about all the crap that's going on with Bungie. We got some new controllers again that got announced this week that I'm excited for, and maybe you guys are too. I'm not sure. There's a new Arcade 1-Up at Costco again. So I got the scoop on that. I got some video from Star Wars Outlaws we can share. And since this ties in nicely with what Chris was playing earlier this week, there is a new pinball game coming to Pinball FX, Chris, that you might enjoy.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So that's what I got. What's that?
Is it Twilight?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you want, I can go right to it. All right, here it is.
No.
We'll start off with this.
I thought it would be super fitting if it was.
Oh.
You see that, Chris?
There you go.
It's Goat Simulator Pinball.
Oh.
the pinball title no one asked for, but
no,
I love Goat Simulator, dude. It's so fun.
That playfield's got a lot of stuff going on with it. It doesn't look too bad.
Yeah.
It's got there's the main the base that's in the middle.
Uh-huh.
The farmer who's the head programmer guy is right there. The tornado that's in the game. Yeah, there's the programmer guy, and you can kick the goat around.
I mean it seems to encompass the madness of the Goat Simulator games pretty well.
Yeah.
But wow.
And I think I didn't pull the video, but I think there might be a Never-Ending Story pinball coming too. And they might be doing some other ones for Halloween coming up. So we'll keep an eye on that.
For the Pinball FX M.
Yeah, for
line.
Pinball FX. Not in real life. This is the pretend one.
Well, no, I was wondering, like, so they've got the Pinball FX and then they've got Pinball FX M for the more mature stuff, right? So I'm guessing the Halloween stuff goes there. Yeah,
it's possible. So, yeah, I
need to fire that up tonight.
Yeah, Goat Simulator is awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's so good. they skipped going to Goat Simulator 2 and they went right to Goat Simulator 3. That's how good it was. So, yeah,
Isn't that
amazing.
the old Space Quest joke, right? Wasn't it? Didn't it go from like Space Quest 5 to 7 or something like that? They
Right.
skipped 6, right?
Yeah. No, seriously, there is no Goat Simulator 2.
Funny.
It's just gone. It's just not there. Yeah. Goat Simulator looks great. And it's a fun game to get achievements on Xbox. I don't know. It might be on PlayStation too. It probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's on
Yeah.
PlayStation as well.
Okay. I don't think it's on Switch yet, probably.
No.
But all right, let's get into the popcorn bucket stuff. Did you guys all see Deadpool last week?
Yep.
Travis
No, I did
hasn't
not.
seen it, but
No.
Chris has seen it. Dathan has seen it.
So we're
I've
gonna spoil everything for you right now.
Basically, Deadpool.
That's okay.
Deadpool and spoiler alert: Wolverine is in the movie. Travis. So sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll forget by the end of the show.
So, but we've been talking about popcorn buckets on the show, and I made a video about a year ago of my collection. There was several Wolverine Deadpool buckets at this movie, and I tried to get some, completely sold out. And I went on Saturday. Apparently, a lot of these places sold out on Friday, or maybe even earlier. Chris, did you have any luck getting anything?
They told me they sold out Thursday.
That is freaking insane.
And
So,
but if you go on the websites for both, like I'm on both AMC theaters and Regal cinemas, you can pre-order them. They're sending them back out again in November. So if you didn't get one, don't buy them from eBay or wherever they're scalping them for $150 when you can spend the $33. Yeah, it's $33 for the Wolverine bucket.
you don't want to pay $150 on eBay right now?
No, not really.
I think these went for $40. So the one at Regal didn't have. I don't think it had that one. I think that one's AMC, the one on the right there.
No, the Regal one was it was a theater chair with the top portion being like
Right.
a drink
baby
container, and
there
the
was
bottom,
a baby Deadpool.
Yeah. I can actually.
But oh shoot, there we go. Come here. There's that one. Some of the prices on here. Oh, Chris, you're sharing that. Go back here. Can I find you? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so like right here, this is the Regal one, and it's $46 to pre-order it, and they'll ship it out in November. And then
I like that sweatshirt.
Regal selling waffle makers now, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
They got merch. Regal's finally done the one thing they should have done a long time ago, which is kind of diversify and sell some merchandise as well with the.
But again, though, they didn't produce enough. Number one, like, why are they selling out on Thursday night? Apparently, there were guys going in there on Thursday night and maybe Friday, and they were buying like everything.
Oh yeah.
So they're going in there. They're not even going to see the movie. They're just going in there to buy this shit and leave. It's like insane. That's they just came in there for. I don't know if they need to limit them to like show a ticket or something. But like if you're walking out with like 5 or more of these things, what is going on here?
Well, my take is obviously there should be a limit per person, per ticketed family, however you see it. Is anybody surprised by this period? Because look, this all started with the Dune bucket, correct? This whole, you can probably go back as far as the Scream buckets were last year. Those were a big thing too. But when the Doom buckets came out, everybody wanted one, everyone wanted, and then Marvel decided to do their own thing with Ryan Reynolds in the that video that came out with their specific bucket, and everybody's going to want it. But nobody should be surprised that people are going to be going in and buying these, and they're going to be showing up online. This is the world we live in now. When there's something that's this popular, it's going to show up online on offer up on eBay or Craigslist or anything. This is what it is.
But again, though, I feel like Regal and all these other theaters, they didn't anticipate the demand. Maybe they thought the movie wasn't going to do this good. So I don't know. I'm worried. Alien Romulus comes out in a couple weeks. Man, I really want something from that. I don't need it, but I want it. Like, am I going to have to go there on Thursday right when they open to buy something?
Well,
yes, probably, because that's what these people are doing, and this isn't any different than if you have the PS Pro or the PlayStation 6 comes out, and you got to get there right when they go on sale. If you want to try and get one, it's no different than anything else.
Okay. Travis, do you have any skin in the game? Are you interested in
not
any of that?
not in the movie memorabilia? I'm just thinking back to how I got a 4090, and that whole thing waiting outside in the rain to find out if Best Buy's inventory was off or not. Like that's just thinking about like how that was worth it for a little while. Actually, I mean, I guess it still kind of is, because video cards are still pretty hard to come by. But for popcorn buckets, I think I would be out.
Well, and there was a period of time there where the 4090 was cheaper to buy a pre-built PC with the 4090 than it was just to buy the video card.
Right. Yep.
And so that's like, but people were buying the video card exclusively. And so if you wanted to get like the system with the card in it, it was available, but people weren't. They're like, no, I just want the card. I don't want the system.
Yeah. Right.
And so it was a funny thing where it's like, well, you can take the video card out of the system.
Yeah. And what is even dumber about what I did was I got a 4090, I got an MSI 4090. See, this is how bad I am. So I got an MSI 4090, like basically without trying, because a friend was pinging the APIs and let me know when a store by me was in stock. So that morning I just showed up, walked into Best Buy, got the 4090, walked out. Then I got pinged that there was a Gigabyte one as well, like about a month later or whatever. And so I went and I got that one, and took back the MSI one because I wanted the 4-prong connector instead of the 3, because there wasn't a lot known about either of them. But really what I wanted was the Founders Edition. So my friend's API pinged me that the Best Buy in Tannisbourne had a Founders Edition in stock. That's the one that I had to wait outside the rain for. The other ones I actually just showed up and they were there. In all reality, the Best Buy employees were hiding it behind the counter for themselves. So I would show up and I'd say, "Hey, I know you have one. I want it." And then they'd go, "How do you know?" And then I'd say, "My friend wrote a application to ping your API for your store inventory. We saw that you got one in last night at 9, and I'm here now to pick it up." And then they'd pull it out from underneath the cash register and sell it to me. And then but then the one though with the Founders Edition one, when I showed up, there was a couple there. And they had a friend who likewise wrote his own application to ping the Best Buy inventory API. So they had actually beat me because I was kind of lazy on my game there. I was like, as long as I get there at like 9:45, I'm going to be okay. It's pouring down rain. They were like, "We've been here since 6 in the morning." And I just told them, I said, "Hey, if they got 2, cool. If not, you're going to get no pushback from me. You guys deserve it way more than me." So, yeah. So
I wish Eric was here right now, because he told me that he waited 3 days to watch Star Wars Episode 1 in 1999.
He did.
At Regal Cinemas. I wish he was here to tell that whole experience.
I know a couple of guys that waited 6 days for Phantom Menace. They went out there and they parked the tent and everything.
Yeah, I showed up and jumped in line with Eric. So Eric had been out there, and then I drove out to the Eugene Theater that they were at or whatnot, and then I just jumped in line. If I remember correctly, he had tickets. We had tickets to like the 2 a.m. showtime or something like that. It was way too late at night, so I started like sleeping halfway through that movie. So it was but yes, they did. Him and a couple other people stayed out all they camped out for it. I don't think he would probably say it was worth it. Well, I don't know. I mean, the experience is the experience, regardless of what the movie ended up being, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Even as a movie guy, I don't think I've ever waited longer than like 4 hours to watch a movie.
I waited 2 hours to watch The Blair Witch Project in 1999 when it came out.
Oh.
I fell asleep at that movie.
That was like 100 years ago.
Oh God!
My memory of that movie is I didn't have to wait, but people were going outside the theater and throwing up in the garbage because they couldn't handle the camcorder, the shake.
The found footage.
Yeah,
That's right. It was shaky cam.
so that was disgusting. People were going outside and throwing up. Yeah, so did they bring? Maybe they should bring some of that stuff. Midnight launches and stuff. It's kind of already a little bit of a thing of the past. But if there's like, I don't know how they're gonna handle the new Nintendo Switch, but it'd be cool
They
if they
said
did
they're going to
midnight.
they're making enough inventory so that there should be no scalpers, and I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Has the Switch and have the past couple generations of Nintendo constantly been a stock crisis issue? Like, is Nintendo pretty bad at producing enough inventory for the demand?
They definitely were for the NES Mini.
Oh yeah,
that came out.
sure.
That was really
then
bad.
They learned their lesson. Then when the SNES Mini came out, I think my Best Buy had 200 of them, and so there was no shortage of those. Period.
The Switch in certain areas of the country had a shortage.
Yes,
that went on for a while. Because the
OLED did not. You could get the OLED day one.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
That was
So you guys think that the new Switch that we've been talking about should be readily available if you want to get one?
Let's hope so. They're saying they have a lot of inventory on hand, and they've been stockpiling parts.
Okay.
Saiyan says they have like 20 million. Then let's do it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Moving on. A couple companies had a bad week. I know Intel laid off a whole bunch of people, and that affects a lot of people in our area locally. So maybe around Travis's area. So I feel sorry for those people. But our old friends Bungie, they laid off, I don't know, 220 roles have been eliminated, roughly 17% of the studio's workforce. Whoa. I'm not a Destiny guy. I never played Destiny 1 or 2. I never got into that. But I definitely was a Halo fan when these guys were in it with Microsoft. Sony bought them out a couple years ago. Sounds like they overpaid for these guys, and they haven't really produced anything since. I mean, they did Destiny 2, but really bad look for their company. Their CEO apparently has been buying all these classic cars, and if whatever you want to do with your own money, I guess that's up to you. But if you make that information public, and then apparently he was showing off his classic cars to employees. That's the rumor. The day before he laid them off, and he's buying all these $1 million cars. Like, whoa! How are these guys? It just seems like poor management. Really bad look. You guys have any thoughts on this? Just like, it's I don't know. You need to
just don't go buy games that are made by Bungie at this point.
Yeah.
You can't really do anything about it. Just don't
I
support
am
them.
untethered and my rage knows no bounds.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So-
I mean, you look at the Nintendo when they had the Wii U and their stocks were dropping and they weren't doing as well. The CEO took a pay cut to keep the workforce on, and it's like, you know, we have a work environment here in America where companies are failing because of CEOs' choices, and who gets the money? The CEOs get golden parachutes, and they get
The
money.
CEO can decide, I guess,
Yeah, and
whether he gets a bigger bonus this year or not, even though they're not producing anything new.
no, and it
Come
really, we need to kind of start taking these people to task and being like, you know what, we're not going to buy from a company that you're associated with. You know, unfortunately, it's going to affect other people, but until, you know, our culture, work culture, kind of comes out and says, you know, hey, you're the top dog, you're the guy running the boat, you need to take the pay cut, not these employees at the bottom. You
So,
know?
and we talked a lot about Microsoft, and they've been gotten heat for all the people they've laid off this year. But you know, now that Sony owns Bungie, you know, they're in the same boat as Microsoft. So, yeah, maybe they. Yeah, what did the CEO do there the last couple of
Yeah.
years? I have no idea. He's just buying these $1 million cars. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And we're not making this up. This is all on the internet. Go check it out. So, whatever.
Well, and they
You
laid
know,
off two of the guys.
here's a leaker in. What's going on, man? Bungie had 3 games in the last 10 years, even before Sony's acquisition. Bad choices. Bungie made a poor choice to step away from Halo, and Microsoft did to let them. Now it's caught up to them. Yeah, they could never recover after losing Halo. And you know, maybe if things were different, maybe they could have continued with it and really supported Halo last couple years. Man, I would have loved to have seen what they would have done with the latest Halo or whatever. But it's not.
Do you think that Bungie should have taken a page out of Epic Games or followed the same path as maybe the Gears of War teams, the Coalition? Do you think that they would have still been able to put out good games and be better afloat than what they are now?
Possibly. I don't know.
I mean, the bigger problem is when they cut off from Microsoft, a lot of the people who were involved in the Halo series left Bungie. So I don't think, I mean, I don't know if those people would have stayed had they stayed with Microsoft and still worked on Halo, or if they were planning on leaving anyway, and it just ended up being the perfect time, and we'd still have the same kind of stuff we have now.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all speculate on everything and be like, yeah, this is where it's going. Hey, I got insider knowledge. I know Pete Parsons. He showed me his brand new 1963 Nova Chevy, whatever. I don't know. But
hopefully they're nice cars.
I mean, from the pictures I've seen, they look like they're incredibly nice cars, but
The dream is dead.
I'm also not a car guy, so it's kind of like, why would you spend that much money on them?
I think it was a $2.3 million car collection.
Yeah.
I think that was the number.
I just want to get a Cybertruck, but I want to like get it on the monster truck wheels. Have you seen that? People are doing that now.
No, we've got a couple in my neighborhood though that drive
Oh, do you?
around, but not just stock, just from the Tesla place.
Freaking pimping the Cybertrucks out.
Every
That's
time I see
ridiculous.
one, all I think of is that's the next Hummer.
Yeah. Oh, I also saw a video of a Cybertruck pulling another 4x4 truck out of a ditch. It's like, whoa, that was impressive. So maybe they have some power. I don't know. All right, this is not a car show. We'll keep going. But
No, but with Bungie, what I think is interesting is that they started as a Mac developer, and they're still going strong. I mean, that's the thing that I always like think back to is like Bungie was just a Mac developer game
Well,
studio.
They worked on Marathon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was their game. That was the
Yeah.
big claim to fame. And then they went to PC to do Myth, right? And then Myth was, to my recollection, is it was semi-successful. And then from there it was Quiet and then Halo, if my memory serves me correctly. And then Halo, of course, exploded, right?
There's a couple documentaries that when they were making Halo 1 and 2, man, those guys worked their butts off to make sure that game looked great. And then they even really doubled down with Halo 2 and 3, and you know, they put in the time with those games and completely made it so that the modern controller can play first person shooters. Completely changed the game in that respect. And that's why that was one of the main reasons why the game was so good, because people love to be able to play it with the controllers. Speaking of controllers, we do have some new ones this week that I'm excited about. Did you guys see these? So,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
so I want to give some love to Sony. This Astrobot controller looks so nice. It's available for pre-order August 9th, I believe. It's going to be $70. I hope I can get one. This looks nicer than the Spider-Man 2 controller that came out last year.
Are those lights in the center and
It looks like it, but no, it's just a painted on graphic.
Too bad.
But yeah, that looks really nice. I was showing that to my son. He's like, "Yeah, I want that." Like, yeah,
that looks cool.
And then this was announced from Microsoft. Blah blah blah. Blue see-through Xbox controller.
You got to have those see-through controllers.
Xbox has made so many controllers over the years, and I'm waiting for them to, like, I know they're working on something else for like the next system or whatever, but
I don't care anymore. I want my butt controller. Until I get my butt controller, I just don't care.
Right. Well, did you see do you still have a 3D printer, Chris?
No.
Because apparently you can 3D print those butts to put on the back now.
Yeah.
Because it's just a magnet, right? It's just a magnet that sucks back onto the.
Right.
It's 5 small magnets on the back, and then that just sits on top of them.
Yeah.
But I'd seen somebody had posted a print plan for 3Ds to do like the casing, so you can just swap out the innards into it, and then it's not a magnet; it's like the actual shell. So,
I think I'm going to get this one, you guys. This is also $70.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of a 2004 Mad Catz controller back in the day a little bit. And I wasn't a fan. I had one of those clear ones that had the neons inside that would run up and down inside. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Mad Catz controllers, and pretty much Mad Catz, anything would break, or the memory cards would be corrupt within a few hours. And
Mad Catz came out with some good stuff. I still have some of their arcade sticks for the Xbox 360.
There were some things, but yeah, this that's what this reminds me of is a Mad Catz controller. So that's a hard pass. So you enjoy it.
Is Alikrian in the chat? You guys bought that Candy Rock controller when you guys had your video game store. Do you remember that, Chris?
Yep.
And I think you put that video up, and that was like one of your biggest videos. Is that old Candy Rock video controller?
Rock Candy was the name of it.
Rock Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think maybe not many people had bought it, and you guys unboxed it on that channel. I don't know when that was, 15 years ago.
Yeah, they were PDP controllers, and they were actually pretty well made third-party controllers. So if you wanted like a decent Xbox 360 replacement controller, I think they were like $25.
Speaking of the Xbox 360, the store did shut down I believe,
Yeah.
on Monday. So hopefully everyone got what they wanted. Here's a leak, Ran. Yeah, PDP Rock Candy controllers, best quality third-party controllers we ever carried. There we go. Cool. I guess they're not making any new ones, right? Or I haven't seen anything from those guys.
It does look
Come
like
on,
they have them still.
Yeah. Seems like it'd
But-
be up their alley to make something for Switch or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they do have them for the Switch.
Okay. Let's get to this.
Costco has a two-sided Miss Pac-Man pub table. So
Jeez, you're talking loud, lady.
it's
So-
nearly 40 inches tall.
Costco
and it has a
influencers.
color-changing light control deck and 4 cup holders that light up too. This would be so much fun. To
I
have
pulled
at
this off
home.
Instagram.
Costco has a two-sided Miss Pac-Man pub table.
I swear,
so you can go
if you don't
head-to-head
get
with a
any
friend.
views on your
It's
channel,
nearly
just go into
40
Costco
inches
every
tall
day.
and it has a color-changing
They did
light
not
control
have
deck
any of
and
these.
4 cup
Oh,
holders
I
that light up
know.
too.
I went in
This would
last
be
week.
so
I didn't
much
see
fun to have
anyway.
at home.
I'll mute you.
They seem. I think the one here by us is currently trying to get rid of a lot of furniture because their aisles that usually have this stuff is all furniture right now.
They'll mark it down here pretty quick. Yeah.
Even
They
their
moved through a lot.
Halloween section is like tiny this time.
They'll get to it. I saw they have Halloween costumes and stuff out.
Yeah.
So what's the game lineup on this? I can't really see.
Yeah, is it only
So
Pac-Man?
12 games.
Oh no, there they are.
It's
Dig Dug,
yeah, we got
Rally
Dig-
X,
Dig Dug 1, Dig Dug 2, which is a crappy
Mappy.
game. Mappy, which sucks.
yeah.
Oh shoot, I can't see what that one is above Rally X.
Yeah, I can't.
Galaga 1 and Galaga 88. Pac-Mania. So it's kind of like the standard Namco stuff.
Well, what's good is that all these the games that we can read, they all use the same controller format, so that's pretty good. Unlike the
Yeah.
other one, the Golden Key version, that had the games on there that I don't think I would be able to play. So, like, I think I brought this up last week with Paperboy. Now, that wouldn't work very well, but it looks like this one might be a little bit better.
Right.
And is the bottom? Is there like a lip at the bottom down there, or is that just what is that? Shadow or what?
Kind of looks. Yeah, there is a little. I don't know if that's a shadow or what. Can I go forward? Nah, I don't know if that's a lip or
I
not.
thought it was on a pedestal at first.
The really interesting thing is here. This is, I believe, the first time they've done cup holders on these things. Maybe they they came out with a pub table for what was that first Atari game that had the
Tapper. Was it Tapper?
No. Before that, like 1978, Pong. They did a Pong table that was like this, and I don't know if that one had cup holders or not, but this one does. And this is definitely the first arcade one-up pub table that's got cup holders that I can remember.
I'm getting Tapper mixed up because they had the bar.
It might be Druaga
at the bottom that had where you put your foot when you were playing.
Yeah, it's the Tower of Draga. Draga.
So this is only $500, so it's $100 cheaper than the Golden Tee XL that they've apparently some have. So maybe I think this will probably sell better than the Golden Tee, but who knows? I can see this in every frat house. It's, you put Miss Pac-Man on there, you're appealing to women. I wonder if Galaga Guy 88 is interested in this, because it does have Galaga.
He almost has to be.
Yeah, you'd think.
I like the layout.
Like,
looks
it's kind
good.
of his
I like
duty.
the layout of it.
Yeah, I think that it's smart. Like, I didn't know that they had done the pub style things. I could see this moving a lot of units just based off of it being much easier to put in a living situation than an actual like arcade cabinet, right? This could be multi-use at some point, right? It could be your little table there that you just have. So yeah, I could see this going like in people's apartments, things like that.
I used to have the Street Fighter 2 head-to-head, and that was a little shorter than this one. And that only had, what games did that have? The main Street Fighter games. It had Final Fight. I eventually sold that to my buddy Chris in Corvallis Speed. So my old college roommate. I don't know if he still has it. If you're out there, buddy, yeah, let me know if you still have it. I don't really care, but yeah.
So are these being announced ahead of time, or are they just showing up? And
This just showed up.
Oh.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And this isn't Atari, is it? It's Namco. I wonder if this will be at the Namco booth at PAX West.
I was wondering if there was going to be a presence of anything Arcade 1-Up related when it was taking place.
Or maybe they do an Atari one that's like this, and they haven't announced that yet. Because Atari is also going to be at PAX West.
Yes.
So yeah, it'll be interested. I don't want to buy this, but I know there's people in my subscribers that are interested in this. Maybe we'll see. They're interested in Arcade 1-Up. Maybe they're not interested in what they're putting out lately. But anyway,
it's too bad they keep putting out the same stuff.
Yeah, we need new stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, and I got this.
She won't get away.
Probably need to take it down. Whole bunch of video dropped on Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah.
The more I watched it, the more I kind of want to play it. But do I want to buy it for $70 on release day? I don't know. But it looks really cool. Like it's open world. You can do the speeder bike.
Just give it a week. It'll be, down to $30, $40.
Wait a week.
Yeah, it's Ubisoft.
Don't they already have an
that's
Atari
right. This
phone?
one is Ubisoft, isn't it?
So it's like asking, is water wet? It's going to happen. There's going to be a price drop pretty soon after it comes out.
They're trying to get our FOMO going, though. And I think the video I got on here looks a little choppy, but you can look at video on YouTube that's like 4K. Some of this stuff looks really nice.
There were a couple of videos that had a lot more combat-based scenarios.
Yeah,
it didn't look too bad.
What is the point of what is the game in summation? What is it?
Yeah, you're an outlaw. It's the movies. It's set between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Apparently,
okay.
You're not. Most of these games, you're a Jedi. So you're not a Jedi. You're just a smuggler, maybe bounty hunter, I guess. I don't know. And you've got to figure out how to survive in the Outer Rim, where there's not much police and there's a lot of criminal activity. As far as I know, I don't know what the main goal is.
Do you know if it's going to be in the style of like the Event Horizon type games, where it's more of that, the action RPG thing?
Well, it's Ubisoft, RPG so it's probably going to be more like Far Cry,
just Assassin's Creed. Oh, Far Cry. Yeah. Okay.
Or what's the game you just bought? Horizon.
Yeah, that's what I was.
But you got ship combat, so that is unique. So I do like the ship stuff. So that reminds me of Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that the head of the studio is saying you can't have any criticism towards the design of the main character that they went with, and it's like there can be criticism because look at Star Wars Jedi Survivor. They took and they mocapped the actor and put his actual face into the character so you can see the actor. And this one, they took and they digitally altered the actual actress to make it look different. And I'm like, well, why can't you do that with the guys? Why is it the guys in your video games are mocapped and look exactly like the actors they're mocapping, but the females you have to change? So
Well, I think it's two specific examples, but generically, it's not like they're doing that for
Makes
all
sense.
women actors.
And it's like, but
Yeah, you can criticize the game, but I just think I don't really care.
I think there's
About
constructive
that.
criticism that can be had, and it's like,
People
why?
think the video games are woke now or whatever, and we can get.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into
I
that.
mean,
stuff,
the video footage and everything looks so much better than what I originally expected based off of their first initial showing.
No, just make a game with a good story, and looks like the visuals are going to be on point. And
I was just going to say that this actually looks pretty good.
You're flying
like
around on a speeder bike.
I like that idea of being able to pause the combat, it looks like, and then, or pause the action, set your aim, let your character fire, right? And then take off.
That
That's
kind of
what it
looked
looks
like
she's doing.
a Red Dead Redemption thing when you're going to...
Oh, is that right?
It looked like
Yeah.
it. Like
I was almost going to say Fallout, the VAT system where you can like stop it and like, so maybe they're just taking from different things. So
I haven't played Red Dead Redemption yet, so, and it kind of was one of those things where I missed it when the hype was real strong, and so I keep forgetting about it, but I've heard great things. So I don't know, maybe this, maybe it won't feel like a ripoff to me if it does end up, being heavily influenced by that game.
It's
Red Dead
still
Redemption
with this
is amazing.
Is it really? It's that good?
Yeah, I really like the first one. I didn't beat the second one, but that one's pretty in depth. Rockstar, man, they can make good video games.
Okay.
Well, everything's on hold with video games now.
Yeah, till Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out, or 6, excuse me.
No, last week SAG-AFTRA struck, so all voice acting for video games has stopped. So
yeah, but how do we know they didn't record the audio for that already?
Well, I guess Grand Theft Auto 6 was one of those that they were talking about. They were getting ready to start recording audio.
Oh, okay, I hadn't heard that. All right.
Now they can't, but it's put a complete halt on any new games coming from Activision, EA, Epic Games, Warner Brothers Games, some of these other studios.
I just yeah.
And their big concern is the being able to take the voices and use AI to recreate them. And so that's why they're striking, because the studios are like, no, we want to be able to replicate your voice for
I get why they're striking, but these games have such long development cycles.
Right.
Like, if they're going to be on strike for a couple weeks, is it really going to matter that much?
It's kind of one of those things where they struck last year on this, so this is the second time in a year they've done it, and it's like, how long does it take you guys to record the voice segments for these things?
Oh, and before we start talking about anything else, I want to share some of that Nintendo Switch stuff. Go back here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Extra camera.
Oh, and then of course they announced Star Wars Skeleton Crew comes out December 3rd.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I saw that yesterday.
I had no idea what it was. I was
that's not a game. That's a movie or
a TV show.
Oh,
but reading this, it's a family TV show where it follows like 4 kids. So I don't know.
That could be interesting.
It might be a good one for the kids to watch.
All right. So Nintendo World Championships NES edition. I don't know how well you guys did.
I don't think I did one of them. I kind of slacked this week, but I will get back into it for next week, and I'll be top dog. It'll be good.
Your recent results.
Actually, no, that's a lie. Eric will be back.
I was gonna say
Eric will be back, and he'll be top dog.
Yeah, I want to see what Eric's doing. But here's my results from last week. I think I did the best. I guess loose change I did the best. No, 30. No. I guess it depends on how many people played these.
Okay, maybe so the barrel roll, is that the one where you had to get to the top?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a cheat in that. Did you
watch it? I wanted. That's why I wanted to look at this. So Let's watch
You
the
go
guy
up the
that won.
fake ladder.
Did you guys know about this? Biggie D? Did you know about this cheat, Biggie D? All right, let's watch this.
So the goal in this is just to beat the level as quick as
Look at
possible.
that.
Hey,
where's that ladder?
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I remember this back from when I was a kid.
What the frickin' A? You can beat it in 15 seconds if you just you can get on those ladders that aren't there.
And you know
Wow.
what? You know what? If you there's a
Play
spot
that
where
again.
when he was running right below that first ladder, you can run below and kind of do the same thing below the ladder, but it would rewind you if you did that. But it didn't rewind you if you did the fake ladder thing here.
I like that second ladder. He just goes all the way up.
Uh-huh.
And he gets that S ranking. So I'm curious how many other games have cheats like that.
Well, would you count the Zelda thing that we were looking at as a cheat?
No, that's a legit,
okay, that's all just technique.
That's a legit technique, yeah.
Okay.
They have the Zelda one from last week too.
Mm-hmm.
This one really made me feel stupid because
He went right over
all
boom,
the way around.
Boom, boom, yeah. Done in 5.33.
Wait, what now?
5.33 seconds. He beat that one. Biggie D says, "I haven't been playing this. I've been playing my PlayStation Classic again for a bunch of games added to it."
Replay that one. What?
So there's
instead of going up top around the lake, he just went over to the left and just started firing.
Yeah, and that was the fastest time.
Yeah.
And the key to that one is to avoid the upper left corner, the Zora firing the fireball, because if you have to get in the exact spot, otherwise it was going to hit you.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's what makes that aspect of it difficult to dial in. Okay.
All right. The Mario one seemed really. This one was like, oh yeah, this is how he did it. Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
That's what I was trying to do, but I was unable to. I was unable to get an S on that, and I don't know why. Yeah.
This one, I was doing
timing.
it. I jumped. He just did a quick jump right at the end there.
Yeah, it was a triple jump that he did on the once he hit up that second platform.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, triple jump.
Huh.
Yeah, I was annoyed. My time was 3.72.
So what was that, an A++ instead of an S?
No, it was S, but it was
okay.
like everybody on my screen was the exact same time, and so I was like, yeah, I'm in the top 13%. That's cool. I hate this one.
This one actually I thought was fun. I don't know why you guys hate it. This is more fun than Ice Climbers or
Ice Climbers is terrible too, but
no, this is so much better than Ice Climbers. This is like a platformer. Can you unlock the full games? Not quite, but you can do speed runs on. Right now, the challenge is for the last. You can how fast you can beat Mario 1. So that's pretty much the full game.
What is this game?
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus.
Oh, this is Kid Icarus.
The sad one they never made any sequels to.
They did.
Well,
Uprising on the DS.
Yeah, I never played it. I never had a DS. How come they didn't make a Switch port of something for this? He didn't do anything special, really. He just kind of
He just jumped.
It was just platforming. That's all it was, really.
Yeah.
So here's what This is the ones this week. So the last one is the Mario Master. So that's how fast you can beat Mario 1.
Okay.
Was this last week?
No, this is what's going on right now.
Oh, this is going on this. Okay.
The Kirby one, That's how fast you can like beat the first level. How fast you can beat the dragon in Zelda. Yeah, and the Excite Bike stuff. I'm not good at Excite Bike, but anyway, doing good. This is a fun game, Biggie D. I'm gonna shut that down. Doo-doo. Okay, Chris. There we go. All right, cool. So anyway, yeah, keep plugging at it. Let's see. What else did I have? Do you guys want to talk about?
There was the THQ Nordic showcase today.
Yeah, go for it.
They had announced the Darksiders teaser, Taser Studios, which made Little Nightmares 1 and 2, a Gothic 1 remake on the Unreal Engine 5. The most interesting one was The Eternal Life of Goldman. Let me pull up. I can actually pull up a trailer for it.
Be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Oh.
Of course, they gotta get their advertising.
Okay, your video quality's going okay.
Yeah.
I just figured to leave the sound off for this one.
What console is this coming to, or PC?
Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. It looks like, and then probably PC. But
Opening cinematic looks cool.
yeah,
I was thinking maybe it was gameplay and it was basically Dragon's Lair.
no, they actually have some gameplay in this video.
Yeah.
They showed for it because it's a side scroller where you play this old man. Let's see, he's got the cane, jumps on just like Scrooge McDuck and DuckTales.
Oh, the graphics kind of look like Cuphead a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like an interesting game.
Did they give a release date?
I don't know if they have one right now or if they're going to have release dates with the what is it? The XCOM that's coming up.
What an ugly thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Boo.
Wish list now.
Oh, do you guys want to talk about Game Informer?
Oh, the end of a life.
Hold on. Can I turn off your screen? There we go. All right, cool. Game Informer officially shut down today. And after 33 years, I didn't realize they were on for 33 years. That was a long time ago. That was, when they started back in the 90s.
I wonder, what was the cover on the first issue?
Good question. Keyboard Chris.
Let me look.
Sonic.
But apparently,
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic was
1991.
But the really crazy thing that they did was they completely shut down their website today too. So if you go to their website, it just says like item not found, or I don't know, that standard the URL when you go to a site that's not activated. All those writers' works from 33 years, they published them all. Now they're all gone. They gave no warning at all to those authors. All their work is just kapooey. Oh man, some of them were just really upset. I guess you lost your job too, but all your past work is gone. That's where you were keeping record of it. You had it was all up on the website. So I feel bad for those people. So man, a lot of people lost their job. Saiyan Spirit still reads EGM and GamePro, bro. Unfortunately, they aren't around anymore either. I used to love those.
I mean, can we all just agree that the greatest gaming magazine was Nintendo Power?
Yeah.
That was the magazine.
No, because it didn't have Sega games. It didn't have.
Well, I don't care about Sega games. I only cared about Nintendo back in the day.
Okay, you're not going to get any blood Mortal Kombat.
No, that's fine. Just wait for Mortal Kombat 2.
There's better sports games on Sega Genesis.
You are right. After I think it was the 355th sports game they came out with, they finally started to get it right because there were so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to go way back would be Computer Gaming World, right? That was one that used to do like all the Commodore and Amiga games and all that stuff before the Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
But what was the big one that kind of grabbed everything? It must have been Electronic Gaming Monthly, right? Is that the one that was basically all platforms?
Find those at the magazine rack at the grocery store, and it was a 200-page novel of literally everything that was coming out.
Well, and to be honest, it's 200 pages, but 100 pages of that was ads.
Just ads, right?
Yeah.
All of them were that way, right? Almost. Well, except for Nintendo Power, right? Which was basically just one big Nintendo ad.
Nintendo Power had
ads
some
back
ads,
then were
didn't it?
good because they would advertise an upcoming game that was coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Majority
No,
of them
totally.
were.
Yeah, totally.
Didn't EGM also have demo discs that you got with it?
In the later years of the magazine's life, yes, it did have demo discs that were in there.
I remember getting the Xbox demo disc on the Xbox magazine.
I think Soul Reaver was the first one, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was one of them.
That's cool. But there's not too many video games magazines left. What's that? The one I can think of is Retro Gaming Magazine.
Mm.
You can buy that at Barnes & Noble right now. And sometimes they have good stuff. They're out of the UK. But there's not much else.
PC Gamer's still around.
PC Gamer's still around, Travis.
Yeah. No, I know.
But yeah.
The dream is dead.
Magazines in general they're kind of a dying breed.
They're irrelevant.
Yeah.
Print is dead.
I mean, it's just that even PC Gamer, like their website, like half the websites are done, as far as I'm concerned, for keeping abreast on news and things like that. You already know about it before you find it on a lot of these, or they're just opinion pieces with like no effort in them at all.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like 5 paragraphs, maybe at most, 4 paragraphs of like, oh, I played this game and it reminded me of this when I was younger. And then that's it. Like it feels like PC Gamer is a lot of that stuff where they're just talking about like, oh, there's a controversy here and that reminds me of this, and then it's over. And there's like no real opinion even attached to the odd piece that they just put out there to get you to click on it.
Well, I mean, that's like most the IGN example. Their review of Deadpool, they put out like 8 different reviews. One that was like, this is the greatest cinematic experience ever. And then the next hour, it's like, this is the worst movie ever. Too much meta is going on within it. And then there's another one that was like in the middle. It's like, this is such a funny movie, but these are the moments that don't work. And it's like, you guys are just trying to appease like everybody instead of putting out a well-written article. And that's what everything is like, let's throw out a clickbait. Is this catching on? Are people picking up on this headline? No? Okay, let's try a new headline. Travis is going bald this week. Next week he'll have a full head of hair after playing Horizon Forbidden West. You know, it's like,
that's a good video. I'd watch that.
I know, me too.
But I mean, that's really the world we live in nowadays. Is you have to put everything in your headline and then hope people aren't going to read the actual article.
Yeah, that is how it feels. Yeah.
The movie review for Deadpool, and I want to talk about Avowed before we go too, but Metacritic for Deadpool. Did you see this, Chris? It was like in the 50s. The Rotten Tomatoes score from the critics was like 80%. And then, but the audience score for Deadpool Wolverine was 98%. Take that.
I mean, I've said it before in the past many times on this show, is that the only review that matters is mine. That comes with video games and movies and pretty much anything else. Don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah, but what about
LeBron James?
But the beauty or the fun in reading well-written reviews like of movies and things like that is so that I guess in your mind you can argue with the author, or you can agree with the author, right? Like that used to, you know, like reading a review, there's like a confirmation bias that happened back in the day when you'd read a review of a movie that you had seen, and either the critic agreed with you and you're like, yeah, that's right, or you had this like this internal, you know, dialogue of like, no, you're wrong because of this, right? And it gave people talking points, I guess, when it came to reviews. I think that Alikrian has a good point though about like now that we used to use these gaming publications and websites to go to get exclusive news and to get like, you know, I mean, at least I'd read interviews with the game developer to see what was going on with the game that I was waiting 9 months to play. And nowadays they go straight to us. So we don't need the publication any longer, right? We just go straight to the developer to see what they want to tell us, I guess.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to reviews, we've got an entire lobby of the world ready to tell us what their opinion was. So we don't need one person out of Chicago telling us what they thought of the movie. Now we've got 1,000 people to bicker with in real time on the internet.
Well, if you want, you can just watch us late night live Friday nights
at
9 p.m.
That's correct.
Hopefully we'll have Eric Banks on soon and he'll give us his Wolverine take again.
Yeah, he did see the movie. He saw it a couple days ago.
Excellent.
So we'll talk about it.
Before we go, Avowed. It's been delayed till February next year. Oh man, Microsoft is delaying another video game. Are we shocked?
Well,
no.
Their reasoning for delaying it doesn't make any sense.
They wanted to polish it. What did they say exactly?
That they said they wanted to move it out of a game-heavy
right
release period. And when you actually look at it, there's like one game that comes out anywhere close to it. So it's like, actually, Avowed was your big game coming out. You didn't really have any competition for it. So
what was the original release date that they had set?
Board Chris.
I'm your huckleberry.
November 12th.
I think the only thing around that time was Assassin's Creed, wasn't it?
Maybe that was enough.
Yeah. So, I mean, the hope is that by delaying it, it's a better polished game.
Yeah, that's always
I would rather them delay it than put out crap now. If you can polish it even more so it's a better game, I can
For
wait.
sure.
But the joke is, man, that Microsoft just delays everything. So it's like, don't worry, man. Indiana Jones. What else is coming out? Doom. The new Doom game,
Mm-hmm.
the Dark Ages.
Well, I mean, they did promise us to be able to buy games through the Xbox app.
Oh wait,
on
Call of
the
Duty
phone.
comes out in November, right? Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
They are pretty consistent.
That's
about
true. Yeah.
coming out. So,
well, they get to. That's where their money's at right now. Since they acquired Activision, their profits are at 41%.
oh, Alikrian, do you guys have a good? I do have. You talk about flight sim. You got one of these yet? That's for Xbox. Boom. If you're gonna fly your 747 from Chicago to Las Vegas, you need one of those. Boom. Maybe I'll check out Flight Sim when that comes out too. They don't usually delay Flight Sim. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we go? They did announce the stuff coming to PAX West, all the vendors.
I know that Nintendo is doing a Nintendo Live in Sweden that same weekend. It's the same thing that we went to last year, but I was kind of hoping that they would have the booth set up like they did for when they had Link's Awakening come out. They had this whole little setup a few years ago, or 2019, I think it was, or whenever it came out. But I guess they're not going to be setting up their period at all. Nothing.
Well, I did say there is going to be a Pokemon booth. I guess. Can I go full screen with that?
Capcom is going to make an appearance, which is good.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to have the Marvel vs. Capcom game there.
Oh, good question.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. Because I bet you the release date may be around that time or close to it. It'd be a great place to show it off.
There might be a quick demo of it.
Because Bandai Namco sure went all out last year with Tekken 8 there.
Yeah, they did. That was pretty impressive with what they had.
There's going to be a Final Fantasy 14 booth. Larian Studios is going to be there, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
So we tried to get a t-shirt from them last year and they sold out quick. LG.
That was the thing this week was they said that they had basically had a real strong skeleton, like fleshed out, a very strong game in progress for Baldur's Gate 4, and they abandoned it. Like, I guess, like playable, done-ish, and they left it behind because they want to spend. It was 3 years away, I guess, technically is what they said it would have taken to finish it, but still, it was like, I guess, playable, and the skeleton was there for it, but the CEO, he's very adamant on he wants to work on stuff that they're passionate about, and they felt that they were done with Baldur's Gate as a universe and did all they needed to.
Atari's going to be there, the Pokemon group. So Nintendo owns part of the Pokemon group. So theoretically, Nintendo will be there with that. A lot of indie companies I've never heard of. Comic controllers, that could be interesting. Controllers offering fully custom painted controllers. Those are probably pretty nice. This convention is end of this month, so it's going to be coming up quick. Fan gamer, small video game merchandise placed in Arizona. Let me know if you guys see anything that shouts at you.
I know Limited Run Games is going to make another appearance, so they'll be there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Chris, maybe you can get the sequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Have you played that yet?
Nope. That just sits in the drawer.
He bought that at PAX West last year. No, I remember
I bought
my
the
limit.
Revenge VHS cassette collector edition, but it's still in the shrink wrap.
I asked the guy at Limited Run, the booth there, like where my copy of I don't know, some collector's edition that hadn't shipped yet or whatever, and he kind of got mad at me. So like I didn't buy, so obviously I didn't buy anything from him, but I don't know. I was just being like, where's, like, do you, like, if I'm gonna ask you, like, where's my stuff? Like, well, it just doesn't ship yet. I don't know. They're working on it. I don't know. He kind of got pissed off at me.
Saiyan Spirits, RDJ is Dr. Doom. No comment on that. We're just gonna put that on the back burner for a bit.
Oh, did you see? There's a rumor that Chris Evans is going to be Magneto. Did you see this?
I did not. No.
My wife told me about it. So I won't spoil anything else around him for Travis, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Pink Gorilla, they'll be there. Rose City Games. I think that's probably a board game thing.
I think they're based in Portland.
There's a lot of board game stuff here. Keyboard Chris.
Rose City Games.
Tabletop games.
They actually make indie games.
The University of Montana is going to be there.
So I was looking at this earlier. Scroll back up again.
Yeah.
There was a Tomb Raider experience.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is.
Click on that.
I don't know if that's something that's on the show floor or it's like an experience thing that you go to off site.
Booth S3, the Tomb Raider Experience Seattle. In this cutting-edge, immersive experience, players are guided through a series of well-crafted rooms within a set time limit to ensure everyone moves through an optimal space, allowing for numerous groups to enjoy the experience at the same time. Designed to promote interaction among players of varying ages, abilities, and skill levels, making it a perfect choice for outings with families, friends, and coworkers. Great for corporate team-building events, providing a fun, engaging way for teams to improve their communication and problem-solving capabilities in a lively and memorable environment.
I wonder if that's an advertisement for the experience, because that doesn't sound like something that you would be doing at PAX.
No, it's got to be an advertisement, yeah.
Unless it was in the Arch building, which is on the opposite side of the Summit building.
V1 Tech, don't they make walkie-talkies?
I think you're thinking of VTech as opposed
VTech.
to V1 Tech, yeah. And they don't just make walkie-talkies; they make every clocks, weather forecast, any device that you see that would be branded by somebody else. They do the non-licensed branded version of that they manufactured for said company that hired them to do the original device. So, for example, if you see a Weather Channel weather forecast thing, then you'll see a VTech one as well.
Dathan, you could go visit the Washington State Secretary of State's office.
I mean, I could. They were there. They were at Emerald City last year.
There you go. Wishes. Anyway, a lot of things there. So, and maybe they're not done yet. So it's really cool.
I'm kind of hoping that last minute Nintendo kind of jumps in there and does something, because they did. I think it was 2 years ago. They they weren't on the list, but they did show up to promote Splatoon 3, I think, and they had a little booth thing set up for that. But we won't know until we get there.
Yeah. All right. Final thoughts, guys. Anything else we need to talk about before we go? It's been a good show.
So that Tomb Raider experience is actually, it looks like they are building. So it's going to be a built up. Here.
Do you have to jump and use tank controls to walk around?
Is it like an escape room but just bigger?
Yeah.
Kind of type thing.
This is their picture that they have on their actual website.
Did they give you guns to fire?
Oh, it is a skate. It says escape room.
Yeah.
Is that a plane?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like a cardboard cutout.
This is Portland only, but did you guys hear? Well, not quite Portland only, because I guess it was done out, but the Area 51 thing. So there was something called Area 51 that popped up where you'd buy tickets in advance for it. And it was very shrouded mystery as to what it was going to be, but people were buying all these tickets for it, right, in downtown Portland. And then from out of nowhere, they just said, never mind, it's canceled, try to get refunds. And that made like local news here. So you know that some anchor and his family or her family had tickets for this and were waiting for months, right, to find out what this thing was, and were really mad that it got canceled because it was like on KPTV and KOIN as far as the thing. But apparently they did the same thing in Chicago and somewhere else too, where they do this pop-up where they rent out like a place. And so the look of that Tomb Raider experience makes me wonder if that's kind of what they were trying to do, where they'd rent out a shell of a space, set up this Tomb Raider experience, and then sell tickets to it for a month and let people go through it and then just pack up and move later, right? Like a pop-up experience, right?
Well, that's like the Willy Wonka experience last year or the year before.
Okay.
That was like it was like you get to go through the candy land and everything, and then people actually showed up, and it was like the most depressing looking person dressed up as a Oompa Loompa standing there in like what looked like a cafeteria room, and there was nothing else. And they were like, people were so just pissed off at the fact that they'd paid all this money. And even the person that was there was like, I was paid to show up as an Oompa Loompa, and nobody told me what was going on.
Okay. Yeah, Area 51 Encounter was what it was called. Sorry to interrupt, but that's what it was called if you want to look it up.
So I think there's a lot of those that are starting to like show up, and I mean, even this, reading their website and everything, I'm kind of like, yeah, this sounds really cool.
Well, just when you go to PAX, just ask and be like, hey, is this a joke? You know, are you gonna honor my ticket if I buy one? You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Maybe I'd love to. If you go, maybe we could film you. Put a GoPro on your head, and that's your next video, dude.
Go corner them.
Yeah.
Expose. Late night gaming news.
Unless you find out it's totally rad, then it would be just kind of on you, I guess, at that point. For maybe they're like, actually, we're gonna do it right, and here's how.
Dathan, can you tell everyone what you're doing this weekend?
I am in just south of Seattle, going to a Transformers convention up here with my buddy Chris. And so I might try and get some pictures or some video tomorrow morning, and we'll have that on the show for next week. If I buy anything fancy, I will post it on Instagram, or I'll send you a pic and you can see it.
Is this Seattle, or are you at the Washington State convention?
No. We're east of Olympia a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like a common center. I think this is what year is this, Chris? Eight? I think this is our 8th or 9th year we've been doing this.
Wow.
Started 10 years ago.
Yeah, so we started 10 years ago. Obviously, they skipped 2020, 2021. Yeah, this is it's fun. Good
Are you
time.
planning on buying anything?
Well, I always plan to buy something, whether something is there that I want to buy is present, then yes, but just kind of see what they have.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the way it is with every convention that I go to for the most part.
Are there voice actors there?
Yes, there is the lady who voiced the G1 RC. She's going to be there. And I believe that is the only one, but there's going to be a bunch of local artists and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. Saying Spirits says, speaking of Transformers, I pre-ordered Agent Knight. What are you talking about? Is that a...
Chris,
is that
Agent Knight Transformers? Agent Knight, you know what that is?
Keyboard Chris?
Yeah, that sounds... I mean, the Einstein of Transformers doesn't know. So
it's Knight Rider and Transformers.
Okay.
Hasbro's collaboration.
It's called Agent Knight.
Okay.
Yes, that's a good buy. That's a solid buy. Good on you for getting that.
You don't have that one yet. You have the Target one, but you don't have that one yet.
Yeah, we don't have that one.
So maybe you're not the ultimate Transformers fan, and your buddy doesn't have it either, huh?
He's sitting right over there.
He doesn't. He doesn't have it.
No, not yet.
Wow.
It's not out yet. It's not out yet. You can pre-order
it's not out. Has he pre-ordered it?
Chris, you pre-ordered it?
Of course I have.
Of course he has.
Sure.
What kind of stupid question?
We'll go with that. Well, have a great time. Yeah, if you can, take some video, and I believe I can post it easier now with Restream here. Travis, any final thoughts? Chris,
No.
Any final thoughts?
If you haven't seen Deadpool Wolverine, go check it out. I'm probably going to go back and see it again. I actually enjoyed it.
Pretend like you didn't see it.
Yeah.
I just missed a bunch of stuff the first time I saw it, and I kind of want to go back and check some of pay attention to the surrounding stuff, not so much the center stuff. What's going on? Because there's a lot of Easter eggs.
I really like that opening scene, and I'm not going to spoil it for Travis, but there's
I was told I should do the dance and song.
The dance. There's a dance, but like Ryan Reynolds doesn't do the dancing. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds can't dance, so that kind of I don't know. That soured it a little for me. Like, I wonder how much Ryan Reynolds is actually in the Deadpool costume, like in the movie. Like, you start to think about it. Like, how much is he even in? Like, is that even him when he's got the mask on? I don't know. It's kind of interesting to think about. Movie magic.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Chris under there. Maybe not.
Well,
no one wants to see you dance.
No, I'm a white guy. I can't dance.
Yeah. No, yeah. The guy that they got doing is not a white guy. I believe he's not. So yeah, that's why he's a good dancer.
Not the post-credit scene, but the mid-credit tribute was pretty solid. They did a really good job. They did a really good job with that.
You know what? I was thinking about that. They got, just by doing that, they're going to get people interested in watching the original movies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cash flow for Marvel, cash flow for Disney. That's how they're going to make money, is doing that kind of stuff.
For sure.
Chris Pool. Don't forget, there is no dog pool. It's Chris Pool.
Oh, and here's another thing that I did not know that you wouldn't know by watching the movies. I don't think this is a spoiler by any means or anything like that. But it was in the trailer. But the helicopter head that's floating, that you've seen,
right? That
is played by Nathan Fillion. Actually, and I had no idea until I read that the other day. I thought that was pretty fascinating.
Yeah, they had the woman Deadpool is played by Ryan Reynolds' wife, and I believe one of the baby Deadpools is played by one of his kids.
Mm-hmm. And Tom Holland's brother is one of the Deadpools as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
really
so
good movie.
There's a couple other guys in there. Don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not just the getting people to watch them, but it looks like a lot of streaming sites. Amazon has deals right now on the X-Men movies, the original ones. A lot of them do where you can buy like bundled sets.
Well, they're all on
So-
Disney Plus too.
Yeah. But who wants to pay a monthly fee for Disney Plus when they can't put anything good out, you know?
Exactly. Good, Eric is not here, so we can talk about not buying or buying digital stuff.
Yeah.
Eric will be here next week.
Oh, okay.
The dream is dead.
That's where we can get into our VHS porno collection, you know.
And with that, we're gonna end the show. Thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to consider subscribing to Ace of Jack's Media Grounds, Chris, and follow 8-Bit Gaming Legends also on Instagram. And check out my channel as well, guys. Give this video a like, help us out, spread the word, and we'll see you next week. Thanks
Bye,
so
guys.
much. We do
Have
not
a fun
need
weekend.
not need to see your old VHS collection.